Hello, and welcome to a review of the Koningsdam from Holland America Line, the company's first Pinnacle class vessel and a shift in its interior design approach. We'd like to thank you for tuning in to Popular Cruising, as well as our co-presenter Travel Pulse, home to my regular written cruise articles. The ship's journey, as we witnessed, began with its christening at Rotterdam in the Netherlands, appropriately right across from Holland America Line's former headquarters. From the outside, the ship looks mostly familiar compared to the rest of the Holland America Line fleet. The dark blue hull remains, but the ship is larger this time around and features a new smokestack design, the overall effect of which remains all class, especially with a name that means king in Dutch, and a royal godmother in Her Majesty Queen Maxima of the Netherlands. At the christening, all nations were represented by the ship's crew, and live music was performed by Lincoln Center stage musicians, as well as the winner of Holland's The Voice TV show. Speakers included the line's president, the ship's captain, and ship's godmother.
May God bless the ship and all who sail on her.
The festivities were a success, as was the scenic sailing leaving from Rotterdam, seen here in a bit of a time-lapse. Also as we pass by Holland America Line's historic Rotterdam ocean liner, and other fun maritime traffic, before experiencing a grand fireworks finale in the evening. Then we got to enjoy a full sailing on board in private accommodations of a Verandah stateroom, where Holland America Line's new design approach is fully evident. Colors and finishes are lighter and more cheery than before. Only the pleasant pewter accents are carried over from previous ships. The Koningsdam's fun musical theme even begins here, where furnishings are very comfortable, and storage is plentiful, among which are convenient hooks to hang jackets from, as well as bonus nooks and crannies. Bathrooms are particularly well appointed, with showers that are more spacious than most. The design here is considerably more modern than on other Holland America Line ships. And of course, the veranda outside is always a highlight. Even entry-level interior staterooms on board are nicely sized, and comparable bathrooms, and a toilet that is actually better angled for more space up against the adjacent shower. Stepping up in size are unique family ocean view staterooms. These longer cabins feature 2 bathroom compartments, one full with a bathtub and shower, and another with a second shower and sink. Bigger than any of the ship's staterooms are Vista suites, with a separate seating area and standard bathroom design. Increasing in width are signature suites, with even more furnishings and a plusher bathroom. Larger still are the ship's Neptune suites, with an even more luxurious bathroom and a separate half bath. And Neptune suites are first to get exclusive access to the Neptune lounge, which of course is also available to guests of the Pinnacle suite, the ship's creme de la creme of accommodations, and perhaps the most in common with previous ship designs. That here features a palatial bathroom with a monster shower. As usual, the hub of activities on board is the atrium. From this snazzy globe to this stylish centerpiece, off from which you'll find the friendly guest services desk. And just below, the helpful Journeys Ashore desk, even though we can't help but think the atrium looks a bit like a giant fruit bowl. Also downstairs are several useful conference rooms, similar to which is the digital workshop for computer sessions, that we can only wish featured Macs instead of PCs. A fun secondary atrium reaches the casino. However, it also unfortunately allows cigarette smoke and noise pollution to drift back down to the music walk, so I suspect that stairwell will eventually be removed. Just next door is the art gallery, displaying pieces that are up for auction. Plus, there are 2 decks of signature shops that flank the Queen's Lounge. And retailing memories are the photo gallery and portrait studio. The Club Hal and the Loft kids and teens facilities have also expanded in size on board, with fun games to enjoy in colorful spaces, in addition to its own outdoor area. Of course, classic recreations also remain, like a jogging track and sports court, which are surely more frequented on drier days. The same of which I'm sure is true for traditional shuffleboard. Following the deck back to the stern, guests will find a cool pair of cantilevered stairwells, each with their own glass-floored landing overlooking the ocean below. And the steps themselves conveniently lead to the sea view pool. But for guests looking for table tennis and an indoor-outdoor option, there's the Lido Pool. A great double-decker space this time around, covered by a retractable magradome. There's even a welcome giant screen that showcases feature films. Also impressive is the expanded greenhouse spa salon, where I enjoyed a very relaxing massage. But I must admit I was surprised that my treatment did not include access to the expansive thermal suite, which I had hoped to try beyond my initial tour here. Nonetheless, the relaxation room and treatment rooms were nice to enjoy. There's also a dedicated salon, and the additional fitness center features all kinds of equipment. But hands down, my favorite feature on board remains the Crow's Nest Observation Lounge, with its wild styling, but especially its forward-facing views of the passing scenery. Just behind it is the retreat, for even more nestled seclusion in private cabanas, from which the bunny's eye view is superb on a drier day. Dining is an area where Holland America Line has always excelled, and the Koningsdam only further ups the ante, starting with the dining room, one of the ship's most dramatic design departures from previous vessels, and a welcome one at that, where even gourmet lunches include smoked salmon, pear, and fennel salad, tasty spinach and artichoke dip, and a hearty grilled Reuben on rye. In a very nice showcase, Holland America's Culinary Council chefs are individually featured at interactive displays, such as Rudy Soderman and his playful personality. Altogether, the Culinary Arts Center is where you can learn and taste fine dining, from microgreens grown on board, to full dinners and culinary demonstrations, and where you can get personal, hands-on culinary instruction. Just across the way, you can similarly personalize your wine experience at Blend, where, as the name implies, you can blend your own wine mixtures to suit your taste. Also, classic watering holes like the Ocean Bar are reprised on board, making for a perfect pre- or post-dinner outing to accompany Sol de Mer, the ship's entirely new specialty seafood restaurant, where the fish are super fresh, and the worthy courses are priced a la carte, such as a refreshing crudo, a tableside prepared hold-over sole meuniere, making for a large portion of deliciousness. Also, the Thermidor-style Maine lobster was equally great, as was a sweet send-off of crepe Suzette. Of course, Holland America's signature Pinnacle grill also comes along for the ride, in a new handsomely designed venue that we tried for lunch for the first time, to enjoy dishes like grilled prawn bruschetta, savory beef tenderloin with Oregon blue cheese, and a fruity strawberry pavlova. On one special night, Pinnacle Grill becomes Johnny Boer's Deli, with mouth-watering and beautifully plated dishes like langoustine, unexpectedly delicious farmer pigeon, and creatively composed deconstructed apple pie. Also serving music walk beyond the bar at Billboard Onboard are top-shelf libations at Notes, and even more choices across the way at Explorer's Bar. Additionally new to the Koningsdam is the Grand Dutch Cafe, a fresh coffee shop and homage to the line's heritage, serving both local tastes and classic favorites, such as hot chocolates and cookies. Also taking on a different look this time around is the Lido Market Buffet, which continues to serve excellent fare. And while the stations are better separated, it's unclear where the lines begin and end sometimes. As in the past, the Canaletto specialty Italian restaurant is situated in a dressed-up portion of the Lido, which by now on a larger ship we expected to be hosted in its own restaurant. Nonetheless, the food here continues to please, such as tasty ravioli ai gamberi, marvelous vitello al forno, and refreshing torta caprese al limone. Around the pool, the Lido bar serves drinks, and even features 2 Coca-Cola freestyle machines, and 4 pour-your-own beer taps. Also poolside is Dive In for gourmet burgers and hot dogs, which has become an immediate Holland America Line favorite, for juicy burgers and fries smothered in secret dive-in sauce. Also nearby is New York Deli and Pizza for made-to-order items, like Elizabeth Faulkner's signature Finocchio, which is quite an amazing pie. Meanwhile, for premium desserts, Gelato serves up tasty treats. But for free, it's hard to beat Holland America's legendary bread pudding. And for something to wash it all down with still, the Panorama bar services the upper deck of the Lido Pool. And here's also where you'll find popcorn for movie screenings. And if you're still in need for a pick-me-up, Explorations Cafe serves coffee in addition to the Grand Dutch Cafe, among a small library and set of internet terminals in the observation lounge. And one final specialty restaurant is still had at Tamarind, for Asian cuisine with a view overlooking the back of the ship. Eats here include wonderful sushi selections, crispy vegetable spring rolls, an always wonderful wasabi and soy-crusted beef tenderloin, and tamarind chocolate to finish. And there's even one last watering hole at the Sun Bar, for a fun perspective underneath the smokestack. The Koningsdam also raises the bar for entertainment. Starting with Music Walk, the Queen's Lounge finally separates from the Culinary Arts Center and expands to 2 levels. Now there's room for all spectators and dancers in the multi-purpose venue. The extra room is particularly handy for B.B. King's Blues Club sets in the evenings. When the band is beyond hoppin', with seriously talented musicians, for all passengers to dance to. Second in the Music Walk is Billboard Onboard, a fun dueling piano bar backed by on-screen trivia, where the piano players are honestly better instrumentalists than they are vocalists. But the music and trivia are still fun. The surprise highlight of Music Walk is actually Lincoln Center Stage, where regardless of the genre, the musicians were phenomenal. Playing anything from classical to Creep by Radiohead. Of course, the knockout venue on board is World Stage, featuring a stage and seating in the round, and an impressive 270-degree wraparound video wall that presents Frozen Planet like it's never been seen before, or heard before, with a live orchestra encompassing the members of Lincoln Center Stage once more. Presenting Billboard, Better than the dueling piano bar is the production show called Off the Charts. Which goes on a musical journey through the decades. Featuring hit #1 songs. Clever uses of the video wall. Outstanding dance performances. And even a great vocal duet with the late Whitney Houston. While the technology in the room is quite impressive, it's great to see that the live performers still have the chops to shine through. Even better than the Billboard show, One World proves to be the best production on board. For being literally explosive. And using the best combinations of live performance. Paired with the latest technologies. Just enjoy some of these wonderful visuals. Thanks for watching. Please feel free to subscribe to our channel, watch our other cruise videos, and visit popularcruising.com and travelpulse.com.